Here we go. Hello. How's it going? Looking forward to the end of this stream. Killian. I don't know what you could be alluding to, Killian. I'll bring up my team right now. Oh, will I? Yes, I will. This is my team as it stands. As it stands. I'm on. I was about to say I'm on, like as if I'm on a score. Oh yeah, I put some new emojis in the chat for the members. So green arrow, one of my face from the thumbnail from the deadline stream. I can't remember what you have to type in though for that. How are you? Why can't I find the emojis? Oh yeah, here we go. I put in a bunch of emojis. Oh, I don't know if you can read the word ones though. One says locked on the wall. Yeah, you can't really read them. Might have to rethink them. But yeah, basically, if you remember, you can bypass the slow mode, and you can just put loads of pictures of my face in. This one's basically from my stream, my thumbnail from the stream I did in the car park. That's what this is. And he was late because he was preparing secret transfers. I do have something up my sleeve for today. Yeah, okay, so it's 4:34 in Galway, so I have no excuse. Maybe not. This is what I like doing a bit earlier. It doesn't feel as rushed. I don't feel as rushed to talk things through. So I might just sit here for 10 minutes before I start talking about FPL. To become a member, you have to hit join on my YouTube channel page, like the main page. Like I can't give all the same stuff as I have on Patreon, which is why there's like emojis and stuff. It's just something else. So you don't have to do it, obviously, but the option's there if you want to support the channel a little bit more. It's up to you. Tyler, play 2, bench 1. Harry Maguire. Actually, it's an interesting question because as soon as you said that, I was thinking I would play Maguire, but I'm benching Wan-Bissaka for Rudiger, so I guess I would bench Maguire. Then I feel like Maguire's got a bit of goal threat about him, though. I'm not sure what to make of Man United this week. I'm a little bit worried. Can't wait for you to change your team 2 seconds before the deadline. I don't actually care. Look, I didn't do that on purpose. I didn't even realize how close it was to the deadline until I went and watched it back. It is what it is, right? Kane or Richarlison captain's got to be Kane. I think there's a lot of talk about Kane and this injury. I'm not worried about Kane at all, to be honest. Why am I still on the Man City defence? Because it's still best defence in the league, and they're playing with Fulham. And Cancelo and Stones are almost certainly going to play, so definitely playing Cancelo. Dave, how's it going? Mahrez or Kane captain on freefall, and it's got to be Kane. It's got to be Kane. Although, Mahrez is probably going to start. I mean, Mahrez is such a differential. He's surely going to start after coming off for 60. Fulham. I'd probably back Kane, just about. I think if Mahrez starts, though, it's close. Bruno and Foden out for De Bruyne and Jorginho at a -4. Nah, not for me. Don't think so. I don't think you need to be taking -4s for players that aren't even playing in 29. I would just stick to what you have. I think that's probably going to be the key theme of today's stream is stick with what you have unless you're making a transfer for 29. In most cases, if you've got 2 free transfers and nothing to do for 29 or you're free hitting, it's a bit different. But yeah, I wouldn't be taking hits this week. How's it going? Antonio versus Bamford. Bamford, 1 to bench. Ooh. If I had to bench one, it would probably be Bamford because I think Man United's defence isn't as good as Chelsea's. But Bamford is on penalties, but I'd probably play Antonio. Salah captain, go for it. I did do a captain video earlier. Spoiler alert, it's quite close. I don't think there is like a standout this week. I'm hoping the standout is De Bruyne. Start Johnston over Martinez as a differential. Zaha's back now, though. I just think Newcastle have got all their main attackers out. I would definitely start Martinez. Excuse me, hang on a sec. Yeah, a differential keeper. What's the most you're going to get? 4 points probably, unless Johnson saves a penalty or something. It's not worth. That's not where to get your differentials from, in my opinion. Kane or Salah. So I would probably. I guess I've ranked Kane below Salah as captaincy on my on my list. I don't know. It's close between those two. If I couldn't captain De Bruyne, I would probably captain Salah ahead of Kane. But there's nothing wrong with Kane. I'm sure he'll get some return against Arsenal. It just depends how much you think it's going to be, really. Bench Rudiger, Shaw, or Konza. Leeds, West Ham. Definitely not Konza. I don't think. Even if you've got Martinez, I wouldn't do it. I'd probably bench Shaw. Although Shaw's got a bit more attacking threat. Do I see Leeds scoring against Chelsea? Possibly. I'd probably bench Shaw though. Mason Mount captain. I don't even fancy Mason Mount as an option, although the fixtures are good. Let alone for captain. Just he would be so far down on my list. If you want to go for a differential, go for it, but I don't particularly like it. Salah or Bruno captain considering penalties as well. What do you mean by considering penalties? They both have penalties. I mean, you can't really rely on either to definitely get one. I guess Man United do get a few more, or at least have done. The thing is, Man United could be, it's not definite, but could be missing Rashford, Martial and Cavani. Like, we could potentially go into that game with a Greenwood, Diallo and James front three. I'd probably go Salah. I think Bruno would be below De Bruyne, Kane and Salah this week. Maybe subconscious because I don't own him, but it's just my opinion. You're free to disagree with it, of course. Who would you pick long term, Watkins or Antonio? Antonio might have slightly better fixtures, but Watkins is tempting because of the extra fixture. Obviously, they both play in 29. You could always swap them, right? You could do Antonio to Watkins, but Watkins has Newcastle this week, so I'd probably just pick Watkins, especially with the extra fixture. Mark, I just saw you ask something, but I've lost it again now. Redditor, who to play? Bamford, even though they're playing Chelsea, I would pretty much choose a Leeds attacker over a Villa defender. Although Villa defence has got to be one of the most locked-in clean sheets this week, you would think. So I'd have to say Bamford, I think. Mark, I can't see a question, my man. Oh, here we go. Bruno is the obvious captain. Kane is the risk. Depends on rank. I don't agree. I don't know. I'm trying not to play like that. I just think Kane is better. That's all. Nothing to do with thinking about rank, really. I get a lot of people will captain. Will captain Fernandes, of course. Who scores most next 2 game weeks? Stones, Target, or Veltman? It could be Veltman, you know. It could be, because Target and Veltman both play Newcastle. Definitely not Stones. Veltman, because he only plays once, right? Veltman and Target both play Newcastle, and then Veltman gets Southampton as well. Target has to play Spurs, so I would definitely go for Veltman, I think. Wouldn't think I would be saying that a few weeks ago. I bought in Zaha. Is it a good decision? I mean, it's done now. So I don't want to sit here and say it's really bad, because you might not be happy about that. You've done it, right? I don't think it's a bad decision necessarily, but Crystal Palace are not scoring many goals. I know that he is obviously their threat, but I just wouldn't trust them. Bit of a punt against West Brom. I mean, arguably, Diagne maybe is a better punt against Crystal Palace, the way they're playing. So yeah, it remains to be seen. But I mean, targeting West Brom is probably still not the worst decision, right? Bench one of Shaw or Dunk. I'd probably bench Shaw. Is it mad Kane captain when I have De Bruyne or Bale? It's not mad. No, I don't. I wouldn't think of decisions like that. If you think Kane is the better captain, then go for him. Right? Obviously, you can see by my team, I'm going for De Bruyne. It's definitely not mad captaining Kane over Bale. That's for sure. Kane is definitely the better captain. Definitely going to almost certainly play 90s on penalties, etc., etc. But yeah, Kane versus De Bruyne, up to you. Really, it's not mad. That's Harry Kane we're talking about. Why get him Rudiger when he doesn't play Game Week 29? Because I got him in last week, so he had 2 games. Like, there is still other games outside of Game Week 29, and I already have 8 players anyway. I might have 10 by next week. We'll see. Edison, Martinez, Cancelo. Who to start? I'd probably start Martinez and Cancelo. I mean, Cancelo is not a goalkeeper, so I don't know why that comes into the equation. But yeah, Martinez. Sofal or Rafinha, the attacker. Captain Foden last week, looking to do the same this week after Pep's comment. Seems like Foden will start again. I mean, I'm not even going to sit here and try and pretend that I know if Foden's going to start. He did make some weird comment on Wednesday about that he won't rotate as much because they don't have as many matches, but they do. They have Champions League coming up, so who knows? Who knows about Foden? Like, if you want to captain him, go for it. Vice captain Kane or Son, absolutely Kane. Pauls, thank you very much. TSC Twist, West Ham or Arsenal defender for 29. Good question. I would probably go West Ham, especially if you need them longer term. I think defensively they've been better than Arsenal. I think Arsenal have actually been quite good this year, but not anywhere near as good as West Ham, I would say. Plus, I think you get a bit more attacking threat with the West Ham defenders, like Dawson or Cresswell, etc. I'm always careful about what I say about Arsenal because I always get it in the neck afterwards. One of Bamford, Saka or Rafinha to bench. Saka is obviously against Spurs. For me, it's close between Saka or Rafinha. It's super close. I'd probably bench Saka, but let me just have a quick look at something in a sec. Eileen, not Irene. Yeah, I'd probably bench Saka. There is one thing I haven't done on my other screen. That's my fan team. I'll bring that up to remind myself in a sec. Watkins or Rafinha to start? Definitely Watkins, I think. By the way, I don't think Rafinha's a bad option. A lot of people have got just good benches, right? Still, it's been the theme for the last 10 weeks or so. Reguilon or White to start. Reguilon offers a bit more going forward, of course, but he definitely has the harder fixture. The White, I don't know about his attacking threat, really. I'd possibly start Reguilon if I had him. Bring in Brighton or Aston Villa defender till game week 31. Have Martinez. I think... sorry, I'm lost. Bring in a Brighton or Villa defender. I feel like Villa have got slightly better fixtures. I'd probably bring in a Villa defender. It depends how often you have to play them over all those weeks. Do you have to play them every week? Because if you don't, Brighton have the better fixture in game week 29. Sorry, I'm trying to read the chat here. DTR out for Kane, great move. I don't think you necessarily have to do that move this week, but in the long term, yes. Start Saka or Bamford. Although Saka does have an easier fixture against Spurs. I'd probably still go Bamford though. Which one to bench? Wan-Bissaka, Azpilicueta or Ludiger? Wan-Bissaka probably. Souček, Bamford, Rafinha have to bench one. Souček for sure. Mahrez in for Mohamed Salah. Surely he scores more next 3 games. Possibly, but it's Mahrez versus Fulham, Salah versus Wolves. Then both of them miss out. I'd probably just hold. I'd probably just stick to what I had. I mean, do you think he definitely outscores him this week? If not, save a transfer and get him later if you still really want to. Ings to Richarlison, Watkins or someone else. Again, depends on your strategy. Richarlison doesn't play in 29. Watkins does. I don't know who else you have, so Watkins might be the best bet. Bench Veltman or one of Bamford or Rafinha. Not the. I wouldn't bench attacker over the defender. Stones and Salah out for Reguilon and De Bruyne for -4. Again, I don't think that's worth it last week. The difference last week was we knew Stones would probably miss one. This week, I'll be almost certain that he starts against Fulham. And again, Salah out for De Bruyne. Only if you're going to captain him. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. Veltman or Rafinha, Rafinha again. Cheers, Dominic. Watkins or Bamford, Dawson or so far from game week 29 onwards. Probably Watkins. He's got an extra fixture. Both have pretty poor fixtures though, Villa and Leeds long term. But hopefully that Villa double gets rearranged pretty soon. And Dawson over so far, I think. How's it going? Most suitable replacement rings. I already have Kane and Watkins with 8.6 in the bank. I plan to free hit in 29. Oh, well, now you're giving me something I've not even thought about. Bringing in a striker that you don't need to worry about 29. Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. Because all I've been thinking about is how it works with that fixture. Obviously, you don't really want Bamford either. 8.9. Actually, do you know what? I'd probably go Calvert-Lewin or Richarlison. You outside chance of a double in game week 30, not definite. They got Burnley this week, Crystal Palace in 30, and then potentially an Aston Villa game to add to that. It'll be quite short term though, so it depends how long term you need to think. But Bringing in Richarlison as a differential might not be the worst shout in the world. Could do that. The problem with like Antonio and Bamford, etc., they just don't have good fixtures this week. I'm trying to think of anyone else. Chris Wood, probably not. Yeah, I think that's probably where I would go. It's a bit of a differential. It depends how different you want to go. Richarlison, I don't think is the worst option. Or you could just go tried and trusted Calvert-Lewin, of course. Bench one, Tierney, Spurs, Dunk, or Bamford, Tierney. Tierney probably just about. Choose a captain. You choose a captain. Not Cancelo or Stones. Kane, I would go Kane at that lot. Adrian, start 2 of Reguilon, Antonio, Bamford, or Rafinha. Probably Bamford and Antonio. Fernandes out for Bale now. I already have Kane, Son, but need players for Game Week 29. But you need to do it this week. I think for those kind of moves, if I had 2 transfers and I didn't want to burn one, I would just make the move this week. But if not, I'd probably just hold. Bruno, Kane, or De Bruyne, captain. Again, same as before. I would put them in reverse order of what you've got. So De Bruyne, then Kane, then Bruno. Chris, Salah captain for a differential. Bruno and Kane 2 though. Locked in. You could have used the locked in emoji. You've got the emoji now, you remember. Good question. Why am I picking Burn over Wan-Bissaka? Good question. No, I'm not being sarcastic either. So, Greg, I'll get to that question in a sec. I think it's fairly similar in terms. I mean, there's no Lingard for West Ham. I think it's fairly similar in terms of their clean sheet potential against West Ham or against Southampton. Maybe Man United is slightly higher. I don't know. I think it's close. But in recent weeks, Burn has actually been still fairly attacking. He's had 5 shots in the box. Wan-Bissaka's had 0. And they've both created the same amount of chances, I believe. So Burn's actually just a little bit more attacking. And also, when it's this close, I'm going to favour the guy that doesn't play against one of my attackers. I don't make my decisions like that usually. Like if Wan-Bissaka was playing against, I can't think of an example. Let's say I had Zaha and he was playing against Palace. I would probably just play Wan-Bissaka anyway, even if I had Zaha. But in this particular one, I think it's quite close, so I'm just going to play Burn. And I'm not changing it this week. I'm not changing last minute. Here in room is 60% chance that Everton versus Villa happens in Game Week 30. If so, does that make getting a Villa or Everton player in this week? The thing is, you don't know that for sure. If it doesn't, then you're stuck with a player you might not want. That's my only worry. I don't think we need to massively worry about that. Again, unless you're burning transfers, in which case Villa defender is probably quite decent, you know. Cancelo to Konza for 28, 29, 30, nice. Or Salah to Bale, 2 free transfers. Already have Son and Kane. Again, I just don't think you need to do Salah to Bale this week. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I might do that for transfer next week, but I'm not doing it this week. I just feel like if you can just get an extra, transfer, like save one, you get more info for next week. Like, is Bale massively better than Salah versus Arsenal? I just don't know if he is. Do you think Martinez captain is crazy? Like his ceiling's like going to be like 10 points. I know he's got more than that, but I don't think Newcastle are going to provide him with many shots to save, to be honest. I think it's a guaranteed clean sheet, but I think you're looking at 6 to 8 points. I feel like there's attackers that can definitely get more than that. So it's not crazy, but it's not something I would look at really. Josh, suggestion for a mid 5.5 or under, playing in Game Week 29, 5.5. Now you're asking. Hang on a second. I'll have a look in a minute. Mara's a good captain option. Worked last week. If he starts, yes. And will he start? It looks like he probably will. Came off after 60. Would I be shocked if he doesn't? Absolutely not. He's got to be up there as an option this week. I think, for me, I'm backing Man City's attack over Fulham's defence. But obviously, a lot of people will tell you it's not a good time to be captaining against Fulham, so make of that what you will. But yeah, I mean, if Morris starts, he's always great. The reason none of us own him is because we're always worried he's not going to start, right? But I certainly don't hate it. 5.5 that play. Hang on, what was the question? 5.5 or under playing Game Week 29. Rafinha probably, maybe Lookman. Or Saka. Saka's under 5.5, isn't he? Yeah, Saka's got fairly good long-term fixtures as well. It depends how long-term you need to be thinking, really. Bench Son, Kane or Bamford. Definitely not Son or Kane for me. Piper me to Martins and Konza or Veltman -4, or Pope to Martins and Rashford to Bale. But then I have 3 Spurs. I mean, the 3 Spurs is up to you whether you want that or not. Do you need to get rid of Pope this week playing against Everton? I don't know if you do, to be honest. I mean, Martins has almost got a guaranteed clean sheet. I don't think you need to take a -4. You could just do the me move, right? Dehan captain for you, Daniel. Good luck with that. Playing a pretty poor Crystal Palace side, so not the worst shout. Greg, how far ahead have you looked at the transfer planner? I don't have a wildcard, and I seem destined to have a strong bench all the way up to the end of the season with the transfers I'm looking to make. Not a problem, though, as long as you can get the team you want. I've looked a few weeks ahead, but then when I did that, I suddenly realised we've still got Spurs and Everton Villa games to rearrange. So as soon as they're rearranged, my transfers are out the window anyway, because I've got to get in, especially for the Everton Villa game, I'd have to get in like Calvert-Lewin or Richarlison or someone like that for captain. Mahrez to Bale. I don't think I would sell Mahrez this week unless you were concerned over him starting. I think I would just play him this week. Play Rafinha, Bamford or Dunk. Yeah, I know they're playing your boys Chelsea, but I still think I would play one of the attackers over Dunk. I get the thought process why people are thinking about not playing him, but I mean, I'm benching Rafinha. I'm not massively happy about it, to be honest. Corey, how's it going? Sanchez and Luka Dean short out for Ari. I wouldn't be getting rid of Sanchez. You're the Brighton fan. They got Newcastle in Game Week 29. They got Southampton this week. I definitely wouldn't be getting rid of Sanchez for Areola. No way. And you can just play Luka Dean this week. You don't need to make a transfer for those two. Definitely not. Between Kane and Salah captain, why is Salah better? I mean, to give you the easy answer, I just think he'll score more points. I just think he's got a slightly easier game, although Wolves' defence is not that bad this year. It depends whether you think he can play himself into some form, right? I hate using. I'm trying not to use the word form too much, but I tend to back the midfielder. I think Arsenal will defend pretty well. There's not much between it, really. If you want to go for Kane, go for Kane. Thank you very much. Mohammed, how's it going? Sterling or Kane captain option? What's better in your opinion and why? I just think Sterling's just not been at the races so far this season. I think his numbers are way down in terms of like expected data. Playing Fulham, which I'm not against backing because I'm not against backing against because I'm captain De Bruyne, but Kane just feels way more reliable. Russell, how's it going? Cancelo to Konza. I mean, I'm probably going to get rid of Cancelo next week. Or Salah to Bale has to be done as I have 2 free transfers. Just a question of which one. I would, for me, if you're going to do both anyway by next week, I would do the Cancelo to Konza one probably, because I feel like Salah. I don't know. They're both pretty close. I don't think there's much in it really. I mean, Cancelo's fairly attacking, but Konza's got that goal for it. I feel like Konza's like a guaranteed clean sheet this week almost. Maybe we're being a bit harsh on Newcastle. Yeah, if you're having to do both anyway, I'd possibly do the Konza move. If you're not, then obviously it depends which one you definitely want to do next week, right? Thinking of bringing in more pay as a third striker. Good fixtures versus Southampton and Newcastle next week. More pay. We're back to this. I just don't know if I can go there again. I mean, he has got good fixtures. He is a differential. He does play in 29 as well. I just don't know. I just don't know if I can go back there. I know I'm not having to go back there, but I'm having to say whether you should or not. I mean, if you have to get them in this... They are creating so many chances. I don't know how Brighton aren't scoring more goals. Maybe it's because they got more pay up front. I think it's a decent differential shout ahead of like Bamford and Antonio. They got more difficult fixtures this week, but don't be surprised if he blanks both. Will, how's it going? Thanks very much. Gavin, Bruno or Kane captain? Yeah, I'm going Kane this week. I think I should have this on the screen somewhere. If I had Fernandes as well, I would go De Bruyne, Salah, then Kane. Although Salah and Kane's very close, I think. And then probably Fernandes last on the list. The reason I might do Sanchez and Luka Dean out, Areola, but Areola's got Man City. It's because I have Martinez. I'm likely to play him next week. That's fine though. But you just play Martinez for the next 2 weeks. What I don't get it. If you have Martinez, why do you need to do Sanchez to Areola if you're not playing? You're not going to play either of those goalkeepers this week or next, right? Unless I'm missing something, you're going to just play Martinez both weeks. Or is it because you need to get rid of a Brighton player? Because if you do, fair enough. Fair enough. Do a watch long of Arsenal versus Spurs. You supporting Spurs assets versus Arsenal will be fun. Yeah, possibly. Possibly. We can talk about Arsenal defence. Do you not think a thumbs up sometimes is very passive aggressive? You probably won't read this thumbs up. It's like when people. It's like when if I ever get a reply to a tweet that explains something that says "hope this helps" with a thumbs up, I pretty much always instantly mute that person. It's just like it's such a passive aggressive way of saying you're an idiot. Hope this helps. Not, I'm sure your message wasn't intended like that, but I thought I'd just let you in on my thought process with Twitter. I have such a short. With Twitter, I just like nope. Hope that helps. Idiots. Anyway, there's my little rant there. Shelby to rip it up. Has Shelby ever ripped it up? Is he going to do it this week against the Villa? Possibly. I don't think Newcastle's going to get a clean sheet because they're rubbish. Hope that helps. Of course, there's loads of thumb emojis now. Of course. Why didn't I think of this ahead? By the way, I don't mind the thumb thing. I think it's good, but it's just the way when people reply to you. Hope that helps, mate. Hope that helps. It's something they always do in football Twitter, don't they? This player's better than this player because he scored more goals in this period of time where it makes him look better. And someone will reply, yeah, but during this period of time he scored more goals, therefore he's better. Hope that helps. There you go. Anyway. Bale or Rafinha in for a -4. It's got to be Bale, hasn't it? More chance of goals this week, I would say. Veltman or Burn? Definitely Veltman. But I was a little bit worried that I'd gone too early with Burn. He is still fairly attacking, but not as attacking as Veltman. So if I was picking again, I would definitely go for Veltman. But I'm not too worried about having Burn. Good luck, Chris. I won't worry about bottling the Salah captain. I don't think he's that bad of a pick, to be honest. It's not like completely differential. Plus, I think a lot of people are going to do it. Who to replace with Dyer? Burn, Rudiger, or Dallas? I would probably go for Veltman, to be honest with you. If you need someone for 29, that would be my betting. I should have really realised how the chat would go when I said that. I've also, by the way, we're here for another hour and a half. I've only done half an hour and I'm nearly out of water already. 1440p stream anytime soon. Do we need 1440p? Probably not. Probably not. Do you need to see my face in any higher definition? Do you need to see the glare off my forehead? Probably not. Have I ever played 5 at the back? Probably not on purpose. Probably not on purpose. Andre, thank you very much for that. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Travis, Pope or Melier? This week, I'd probably play Pope. I mean, in fact, I would definitely play Pope. Stones to dunk this week or next? I'd probably just do it next week because I think Stones versus Fulham is perfectly fine to play. Shaw or Luca Dean out for Veltman? Shaw for me, I think. Because Dean might have a double. He's got Burnley this week and then Palace in 30. That's what I would do. Yash, how's it going? Got Gundogan, Foden, Salah. Planning on captaining Luca Dean. Probably puts in 1 million crosses versus Burnley's block. Is that good though? What if no one connects? I don't like captaining defenders because as soon as they lose the clean sheet, it's done. I mean, are they going to lose the clean sheet to Burnley? Maybe not. He is quite attacking. Is he going to outscore the likes of Salah, Bruno? I'm not so sure. But go for it if you want to go for it. If you want to go a bit different, do it. Do it. Nah, I'm not playing Wan-Bissaka over Burn as it stands. So the reason is, right, I was just looking at their attacking threat. They're very similar over the season. And more recently, Burn has been more attacking than Wan-Bissaka, even though obviously he got that goal and assist for me against Southampton, the absolute legend. Back in Fulham defence over Leeds, did a risky Sterling to Havertz captain this week. Wow, okay, fair enough. That is ballsy. Fixtures look nice and might switch to De Bruyne anyway in 31. Go for it. Why not? I mean, you know, like if you've watched me for a while, you know I'm not going to like that move because I just don't know if I want to trust Havertz this early. Like, will he even start, given the way Tuchel keeps changing things? But I mean, it's Leeds, I guess. It's very, very ballsy, that. Kumar, thank you very much. Thank you very much. By the way, I don't know why your messages keep getting put for review. I just don't know. And there's nothing I can do about it. So they're never going to be seen. There's literally no option to... I can show it. Maybe that will help next time. Not sure. Dan Burn is the best left back in the South Coast. Quite possibly that is true. De Bruyne won't feature and you get Salah's haul. Possibly. I guess there's a chance. I mean, I did worry whether or not he would start against Southampton. So there is a chance he doesn't start against Fulham. But again, he started every single game where he's not been injured and or it's the fixture straight after injury. So I'm not massively concerned. But obviously, if he doesn't play, I would hope he gets rooted to the bench. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. How come no Capsy video this week? There is a Capsy video released 5 hours ago. Why pick De Bruyne over Kane? I think he's more like... I think his underlying stats for De Bruyne are so good this season. And that's what I've been relying on a lot this year. And I don't necessarily think that Fulham's like a massively harder defence than Arsenal either. So I'm going for De Bruyne. He's also a massive differential for me, right? So yeah. Mahrez, Kane, or Richarlison captain. I would go Kane. Salah captain, playing Rafinha over Bamford, locked in. Good luck. Good luck. What do you think of Vardy captain against Sheffield United? No Barnes, no Maddison. Maybe Sheffield United are in turmoil. I don't know what's going on with Chris Wilder, but I don't know. It's differential. It's probably not bad. It's probably not a bad differential either, by the way. Yeah, I'm not against it. Not against it. Start Madger over Rafinha? Probably not. His attacking data does look quite good, though, I will say. Man City is so tough, though. I know Chelsea are too, but I'd back Rafinha, I think. Start Cresswell or definitely Cresswell, I think. More attacking threat anyway, and probably the easier fixture. Sterling for Aubameyang, Saka or Bale. I would keep Sterling for this week. If you have to go for one, I'd probably go Bale. Odd question, but Diop bench or Bamford Diop, I think. I'd back Leeds attack. Would you stick with double City defence this week, Stones and Diaz? Yes. I think, look, because Fulham were tough, they're not conceding many. They're not exactly scoring a load of goals. I know Man City have conceded a few, but I would still back them. Mikhail, how's it going? Doing 2-week punt for Barnes. Already have Villa, Spurs and West Ham covered. Brighton, good fixtures and I'm wild on a 31. Lallana playing advance. Maybe. You could go for Saka. Not the greatest fixture this week, I get that, but is Saka potentially an option for you could go for instead? Where was for all those people asking me about Burn, every time I type in Burn, it goes to McBurney. How much was Barnes anyway? It was like 6.5 or something, was he? Traore maybe. Villa could be another option you could look at. Yeah, by the way, for the Burn versus Wan-Bissaka thing, so last 6 matches, I've not checked what the matches were, so maybe there's something in it, but Burns had 5 shots in the box, Wan-Bissaka's had 0, and they've both created 4 chances. So that's the main reason I'm going for Burn. I think the clean sheet potential is quite close. There's not much in it, though. But I'm just going to go for the one that's not playing against my attacker in this particular scenario. McDonald's or KFC? Probably McDonald's. I need to do my fan team as well. Oh my god. My rank has gone down loads. That's because I didn't have De Bruyne or Gundogan. I had bloody Sterling captain. What a load of rubbish. Who am I going to go for captain? I'm going to captain Salah. Do I need to change my team? Oh, I've got no goalkeeper this week. Do I get in Martinez? Yeah, I do. Or do I get in Mendy? Hang on, bear with me just a second. I'm definitely doing Martinez in. So Martinez in goal. Diaz, Cancelo, Luka Dean. This is for fan team, by the way. Sterling, Salah, Mount, Bale, Watkins, Bamford, Kane. I think that's fine. I'm going to captain Kane. No, I'm going to captain Salah. Where are you, Salah? Salah, Kane, Vice. Job done. Locked him. Will, thank you. Bench one of Rafinha, Reguilon or Dunk? Probably Reguilon. Barrett, cheers for KDB last week. No worries. I have to play Wan-Bissaka or Rafinha. Rafinha, attacker. It's got to be. I know Chelsea defence is good, but I definitely play Rafinha over Wan-Bissaka. Thoughts on Sterling, captain, and Aubameyang in for 29? Aubameyang, yeah, maybe. It depends how long-term of a move it has to be, because he is obviously blocking a big hitter, which is a little bit of a worry. Sterling, captain, it could be okay. We're obviously hoping that he starts this week. I don't know if there's going to be much space for him in behind against Fulham. Maybe there will be. I don't know, back post move from crossover from Mahrez. I think there's better options than Sterling, to be completely honest. I haven't been completely happy with how he's performed so far this year. I just don't think he's been great. We know he can be great, but he just hasn't been this year. Van Arnold, captain, crazy. That does feel a little bit crazy, yes. But good luck with it if you go for it. Going Bale over Kane for captain. Thoughts? It's differential. I think Kane is the better choice. But that's just my preference. If you want to go for Bale differential, go for it. Kane is still shooting more, he's still creating more chances, he's guaranteed pretty much to play 90 minutes. Bale absolutely isn't. Kane's on penalties. All that to me is a bigger pro than the fact that Bale gets an extra point and a clean sheet point. Bertrand Traore, Rafinha this week. For this week, Traore for sure. Much better fixture. Yeah, make sure to give the stream a like if you've been enjoying it. I'll just do a quick shout out to the Patreons as well. If you've not already checked this out, link in the description below. And a big shout out to Bert VG, who has signed up since the last stream/video. I literally did the capsule video earlier, released earlier today. That knee worries you for Cat. I feel like ice on. I feel like a player using ice after a game is way more common. But we always seem to panic about it. Kane is definitely starting against Arsenal. I honestly have zero doubts in my mind. Literally just zero. Maybe it should put you off captain. I don't know, but if you really think Kane's the best captain, I'd probably just do it still. Maybe there's a reoccurrence during the game. Possibly. There's 6 pages for Patreon now. I'm definitely going to have to rethink a better way to show that, because it's going to get a bit crazy when it gets to 7. How come you haven't got Gundogan in the conversation for your captain this week? Honestly, he's right down the list now. The thing is, Gundogan was playing. I don't think it's a case that he's massively sitting. I don't think he's sitting massively deep now. He's still getting into the box. He's only had 3 shots in the last 4 matches he's played. And I just think there's better options now. The reason he was so good before... excuse me. Hang on, I'll mute that. Excuse me, sorry. Because he had double game weeks. De Bruyne wasn't around either. It's different now. It's just single game week. I'm just happy not to captain. So I've honestly not even considered it. I've got De Bruyne as well. So why would I captain Gundogan over De Bruyne, you know? There are players with a higher ceiling than Kane this week. He's arguably got the highest floor, though. Yeah, sure, but we're not shooting for the moon a bit with the captaincy. I don't think Kane's a bad captain at all. I don't. I prefer De Bruyne, that's all. I mean, I feel like De Bruyne is a player with quite a high floor. The amount of chance he creates, you know. Puna, how's it going? Start Rafinha over Burn? I would, yeah. Excuse me. Where am I? Kane and Bale from each of Roy Hodgson. Yes. Target versus Newcastle, Rafinha versus Chelsea. Probably Rafinha for me still. De Bruyne captain, but thoughts on Mount as a differential. Yeah. It feels like the Barnes conversation all over again. I didn't like Barnes too much. And he did really well. I'm kind of the same with Mount. I know why people are doing it because the fixtures are so good, but I just don't think his goal threat or his assist threat is that high. I just don't. So, is he a differential? Yes. Has he got good fixtures? Yes. Other than that, I'm personally not sure about him, but lots of people are. And you could do worse than targeting fixtures, you know. You still have your wildcard free hit and triple captain. I need advice. What's the question? You still have your wildcard free hit and triple captain. Happy days. Happy days. If the question is when should you use them, I mean, that's going to depend on your team, really. It's going to be kind of up to you. But triple captain, I would still wait for a double game week. Free hit, you don't have to use it in 29. There's game week 33. You could use it last day of the season. It's going to depend on what your team's looking like, you know. What should I do with Sterling? I mean, if it was me, I would keep him for Fulham. 3 quick ones. Veltman or Rudiger. For this week, I'd probably play Veltman. And for next week, for sure. After that, probably Rudiger. Bamford's Rafinha. I mean, I'm playing Bamford. And Salah captain thoughts again. I like him this week. I don't, for captain, I can't really sit here for ages and give you like a massively long reason why Salah is like a better captain choice over others. But I don't know. Wolves have been conceding a few shots lately. Expected goals conceded is not that great recently. It depends how much emphasis you want to put on recent numbers. You know, again. But Fabinho and midfield, is that going to make a massive difference? We're going to have to wait and see. There's no need to like put too much emphasis on that when we've only seen one match recently, anyway, and it was Champions League as well. So it's much different playing a league game to it is to a knockout game. You know. What's the plan with Martins without a wild card? Wait until he's had his double game, he can then maybe shift him. But we'll see. We'll see. Captain choice would be easy if Haaland joined the Premier League. Absolutely. Kevin De Bruyne every week. How long am I streaming for? Right up until the deadline. Of course. You will finish top 100. I don't know about that. We'll see. Kane injured. No, he's not injured. He's got a knock. They're going to look at him. He's probably going to be fine. Harren, how's it going? I don't know if this is like a joke question to make me get to say something. What do you make of rumours that academy player Miski, is that real? Is this a real player? By the way, I should have googled the player before I said it, shouldn't I? I don't know. He's set for his debut for Sheffield United against Leicester. I would say that's just a rumour. I've got no idea about the lad. If he's a real person. Jamie has to go and Veltman or Jota in. They play over Dallas or Rafinha. Jota's maybe not a bad punt, but Veltman's a better long-term pick, right? At least, well, better short-term pick for the next two. But I wouldn't start Veltman over Rafinha. I would just play Rafinha. How can you put TH after the 638? Just to clarify, really. I might take it out. No big thinking around that, to be honest. Captain Havertz or Werner? I think I would go Werner, to be honest. Have I been trolled? I feel like maybe it was a troll question. Miski. I don't know what that word means. King Arthur, thank you very much. Don't I think De Bruyne will be benched? Not really. You never know, I guess. You never know. Lingard's not on a yellow card ban. He's just he's on loan from Man United, so he can't play against them. That's it. Stan, really sorry to hear about that. Hope you're okay. Do you think there's many other FPL players with a better rationale thought process than you? Absolutely. Absolutely. Was Miski a bait? Maybe. I don't know. Sterling to De Bruyne from -4 and captain De Bruyne. Only if you're absolutely sure he is by far the best captain in your team. Otherwise, I don't think it's worth a -4. Sterling or Kane for captain. I mean, I would definitely go for Kane. Kane just feels like a sure thing, doesn't he? Maybe I should be captain him. Maybe. Captain Antonio is going to go crazy on United. Definitely not. Definitely not. Chris, how's it going? Glad I can see your videos again. Glad you can too. Oh, sorry, Chris, were you the guy that messaged me on Facebook? That's weird. I've never heard that before. Why you would just stop being able to see them. So strange. What fixed it? Make sure to give the video a like, by the way. Let's get to at least 1,000 likes before 6 o'clock. Or even by 5:30, to be honest. There's enough of you watching. Give the stream a like. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. We are over 147,000. It is possible we could hit 150,000 by the end of the season, which is absolutely mad considering the target was 100,000. Sorry, so that's absolutely crazy. Get it done. Get it done. Rafinha banned for sub again. It's answered on the screen, really. I mean, I am literally benching Rafinha and playing Bamford. If City defender or Gundogan miss out, well, there you go. Yeah. Cancelo, Calvin and Salah or Bruno -4 for De Bruyne. Cancelo. I mean, wildcard again. It's going to depend on you. A lot of people are going to use it in 31. Cancelo, Calvin and Salah or Bruno -4 for De Bruyne, Kane and Rudiger plus. How is that a -4 though? You got 4. Cancelo, DCL, Salah or Bruno -4 for De Bruyne, Kane and Rudiger. I gotta be honest, I don't get that question, but either way, I don't think either of those moves is worth a -4 this week. Whichever way around it is. How about Ward-Prowse differential? I just don't rate Ward-Prowse as an FPL option at all, to be honest. So I'm going to say no. I'm not even going to sit on the fence with that one. Martin, have 2 free transfers, can't understand what to do. Bruno to Bale. You could do, yeah. Martinez, Diaz, Stones. I mean, you could start moving defenders around, right? You could bring in a Brighton defender if you didn't want to get rid of Bruno this week. It's another option for you. Diaz or Stones. Both are probably going to play, though, so it is tricky. You could move for a different defender. Depends who's on bench, of course. Nearly 1,000 likes. Boom. Have you ever dared to dream how many subs you would get if you won this year? Not really. I mean, I'm not going to win it, let's be honest. It'd be nice. Like, I have worked out how much. I obviously tweeted out the other day. I worked out how many points I've cut on the leader, which is like 54 points over the last 7 weeks, I think. But even that is like 7.7 points per game. And there is 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. There's 11 weeks left. Do some counting. And I'm 95 points behind. So I still need to make up 8.6 points. So since Game Week 21, I've made up 7.7 points per game week on the leader. And to catch up, just to catch up, not even to overtake, I would have to do even better. I'd have to get 8.6 every week to win it. It's pretty. It's not impossible, but it's very difficult. Very difficult. I don't like Mason Mount captain, to be completely honest. It might come back and bite me, that one, but I just him no. Ward-Prowse no. Quick maths, exactly. Quick maths. Should I get Bale and Son? Yeah, this is a tricky one for me because I think I would still go Son, but on a game-to-game basis, I just feel like Bale. Like if I was going to have to captain one this week, I'd probably captain Bale. He's going to be shooting more, I think, than Son. At least that's how it's gone so far. Very small sample size. Like Son could quite easily come back and start getting his shooting boots on again. But yeah, The problem with Bale is he's probably not never, but hardly ever going to start play 90 minutes, whereas Son will. And the thing is, with Bale always getting subbed, and then he leaves 2 other subs, so Kane and Son are even more likely to play 90 minutes now going forward, The overall guy who's winning it will drop out of first place this week. Yeah, he had a bit of a healthy lead, didn't he? He hasn't had it anymore, but I mean, he's been leading for a long time, so he's got points on the board. So he can absolutely do it still from here. Finally got rid of Bernardo Silva for Gundogan, which is a good move. I don't really like Bernardo Silva that much as an FPL option. But yeah, he's got massive points on the board. It's a bit like in the league race. You're always expecting a bit of a slip up. Plenty of weeks to go. And I know what position I'd rather be in right now. It's definitely first. William, how's it going? Dean or Target in this week. Don't have Luka Dean or Target in this week. Don't have Martinez. I would just go Target anyway. I think he's almost the same chance of a clean sheet really, and then he plays in 29 and a good game in 30. So I'd probably just do that. I don't think there is much wrong with Kane, to be honest. Ben and Son in for Salah. Again, I would just keep Salah this week personally. Maybe make the move next week if you still want to do it. Unless you've got 2 transfers. In which case, Son or Bale, I just talked about them there. Can I captain Werner? You absolutely can captain Werner if you want to. Yeah, the head turner for Bale, absolutely. What's wrong with Calvert-Lewin captain? There's nothing wrong with it. I just think there's a bunch of other better options. He's got no penalties. Richarlison's there maybe to mess him up a little bit in terms of points potential. Burnley can be that annoying team on their day, although they haven't defended very well recently. Yeah, I think I can't remember what the question was. Oh yeah, Calvert-Lewin captain. Yeah, not for me. De Bruyne's ownership dropping while Gundogan's masterclass over the last few weeks was the best thing this season. Yeah, and I really hope that De Bruyne can do it again. I don't necessarily have the same confidence in him being the highest scorer because last week he had a double game week to do it in. This week he doesn't. But if he can better everyone else, then there'll be so many people that haven't got on him this week. Like he was 28% effective ownership for me. I'd say he's going to be like about 40 this week. I don't think too many people have brought him in because everyone will be happy to captain Salah, Fernandes, Kane, which is absolutely fine. And so yeah, I'm just hoping for one last bit of a differential captain before people start getting on him. The ideal situation, ideal-ish, is that he bangs this week. This is what I want from De Bruyne. I want him to go mad this week, get another 15, 16 points. Right, people will be like, should have got him, but they won't get him for 29, obviously, because he doesn't play. Then it's Leicester away, so hopefully he stays quiet in that game-ish. Don't want him to be too quiet, but a little bit quiet, because then people forget about him. And then game week 31, I captain him versus Leeds. That's the master plan, but who knows? Don't overrate penalties. They come like every 4 games. Haven't actually checked the stats, unless you're Bruno Fernandes. I don't actually know. I don't know how many. I don't know. I mean, Leeds got loads of penalties this year as well. Yeah, Leeds and Man United are both on 8. Chelsea have had 7 apparently, and Liverpool have had 6. Oh no, that's penalties scored. Sorry, that's penalties scored. Penalties received. Penalties received. Leicester have had the most penalties. Okay, here you go for Bruno Fernandes. Right, Leicester have had the most penalties, 10. They've scored 8. Chelsea have had 9. Chelsea have had the same amount of penalties given as Man United. Man United have scored 8 as well. Brighton have had 8 penalties. 8 penalties for Brighton. 7 for Man City. Only 6 for Liverpool. Then obviously it goes down and down and down. Burnley, Crystal Palace Burnley only 1 penalty. It's that one that frickin' they got against Liverpool and Chris Wood didn't take it. Absolute nightmare. Spurs have only had 3, so Harry Kane has only had potentially 3. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. Liverpool only 6. If Salah could get a few more, who knows? But yeah, Leicester have had 10 penalties. That's absolutely mad. One every 2 points. What is it? 2.8 games, 2.7 games. What about you selling Bruno when you want to buy him back? He's going to cost extra. Yeah. If I want to buy him back. If. Jorginho is our Premier League top scorer. Is he actually? What's that rustling background noise? Don't think there is one, is there? 1 hour to go to the deadline. Absolutely mad. United Forum suggesting Bruno might play deeper and push Diallo forward. But where would Diallo play, though? He's been coming on the wing. Why would that massively matter for Fernandes? I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Who the captain? Werner, Bruno, Sterling, or Watkins? I'd probably just go Bruno. If you really want to go risky, go Werner. Bruno to Bale to get prepped for 29. Again, you don't necessarily need to do that move this week unless you've got 2 free transfers. Veltman is in. Good luck, Big Dave. Navigate, how's it going? Salah, Bruno, Kane, Gundogan, Son for captaincy. Yeah, again, just to reiterate, I'd probably go Salah, then Kane, then Bruno, then Son, then Gundogan, I reckon, this week. To be fair, Leicester had 3 penalties. Yeah, of course. That doesn't matter. They've still had 10, right? I mean, to get 3 in one game or 2 in one game, whatever it was, absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. You thought there was 1 minute left of the deadline, you had a panic. No, there's definitely 1 hour left. We've been streaming a little bit earlier, so here we go, basically. You got a stain on your shoulder of your shirt. I definitely don't. Maybe I have bad lighting. My opinion on the Chelsea Leeds match is that both sides will score. Consequently, I will start Bamford and Mount. Fair. He could play more central. Yeah, possibly. I mean, Bruno Fernandes playing a bit deeper wouldn't be completely out of the question. But I mean, McTominay's not injured, right? And neither's Fred. So why couldn't they just play? Even though it's why wouldn't McTominay and Fred play and Fernandes a bit further forward? I don't think they're injured, right? Is Fred injured? Could be wrong. Diallo wing. Greenwood up front. James the other side, maybe. I'm hoping that at least one of Rashford or Martial can make it, but who knows, right? You missed the Thursday night midweek streams. I know I've not. I stopped doing them for a little while because there was like midweek fixtures and stuff like that, so I just didn't do them. But then I haven't done them for a couple where there's been a whole week and no one's really said anything. So I don't know if people actually missed them or not. Because I do a stream on Sunday all the time, I don't know if there's one needed for Thursday. McFred been having a shocker. Yeah, of course, but if you've got injuries, you still have to play them, right? Who do I bring in for Ing? Has got Kane and Bamford. Depends if you need someone for 29. Watkins probably not a bad shout. Sterling or Kane every day of the week. Bruno out for Bale, captain Salah again. If I only had 1 free transfer, I'd just roll. Bale's good, but it's Arsenal away. He's not essential by any means. I love the midweek shoot. Yeah, I know people. I know people like them, but they haven't really been missed that much. I don't think. So yeah. Yeah, Rashford looking unlikely to start for sure. Why do people think that more emojis will get their question answered more? I don't get that. I mean, I do notice it, but I just think, no, I don't want to answer it. How many active managers do you reckon there still is? Probably hundreds of thousands, I would say. I don't know exactly how many. It's probably under 1 million, though, for sure. I'm still playing FIFA. Yeah, I've improved my team now. I've been improving my team. It's actually looking alright at the moment. Play some weekend league. I've also moved to a way more... I've gone more to like fast build up, higher depth and stuff like that. I feel like that's just the way I want to play. It's the only way I'm going to get goals. You never answer question. Oh, Jesus. Never answer the question. I've just been doing it for a whole hour. I've been streaming FIFA, actually. Thanks for asking, even though no one asked. I'll probably at some point over the weekend, I'm going to do a stream on Twitch for some weekend league. So if you want to follow me, I'll put the link in the chat. Go and follow me there. We're over 1,600 followers now. So I'll just spam the chat for a sec, which means all your questions are going to get lost. I'm sorry. I don't answer them anyway, right? Is the missus happy you're streaming for 2 hours? She doesn't mind. I mean, it's like it's like early evening, right? I'll be done at 6:30. Job done. I would say there's under 1 million active managers, probably. The Mark singing "I Feel Good" is so good. I feel good. Wan-Bissaka development and Fernandes De Bruyne -8. What? -8. I don't think I would take a -8 for that. I mean, both players are fine to play this week. You must have someone else you can captain instead of De Bruyne for a -8. Under 1 million active managers. I'm still at 1.4 million. Yeah, look, I expect so. Fantasy Football Fix will probably be able to tell you how many active managers there are, to be honest. Hold Grealish for 29 or take a hit to get rid. I'd only take a hit if you don't have a bench you can play. At this point, you could just hold on to him one more week and hope, but it is just hope. There's no guarantee that he's back. Hopefully, I'll do some kind of stream for Foot Champs, but I don't know. I'm not very good, and I don't know how many games I'll play. Oh, and I fully get that people would watch it, but it's not. It's always the midweek stream is always the least popular stream of the three. So I feel like if I'm going to cut something down, it will be that stream. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm doing videos like every day, even without that stream. You know. How much prep goes into your pre-recorded vids? Quite a bit. Super succinct, great content. Thank you very much. I mean, I do a lot of it like. The intro is always the worst bit, surprisingly, because then it's always the same. But I do most of it in like one take, and I can just talk, so it's fine. The only thing is the way I record it. Sometimes I guess I probably repeat a bit where I shouldn't, but most of the time I think it's okay. There's always going to be people that want shorter videos, and when I've made shorter videos in the past, like, can you make longer videos? So I just do what I want, really. Start Rafinha or Traore for me. Captain Kane or Salah. Salah possibly. I'm quite torn between Salah and Kane for captain. I don't think there's much in it. I really don't. And the more I think about it, the more I'd possibly side towards Kane. But I suppose I'll stick to what I've said before and go Salah. 2-week punt for Son or Bale. Hang on. Oh, cough again. It's all this talking. Two-week punt. I mean, Son's a safer pick, but I think I would go Bale. I think he's got a bit more goal threat about him right now. It's hard to completely say that because there has only been a few games of them both playing, but yeah, I don't know. Sorry, yeah, I possibly go Bale right now. That does feel like a bit knee jerky. The thing is, it's hard to compare them too because Bale's hardly played any minutes, right? Am I making a transfer? You'll find out at 6:31. Would your FPL stream work for a Twitch audience? I probably would, yeah, but I don't. I don't think I would look to move them over. Daniel, your super chat did work. Thanks very much for that. If you want to put a message, I think it has to be at least £2. That's not my rules. That's just YouTube rules. So it is coming through, but it's just putting up no message basically. So yeah, I'm sure the streams would work on Twitch. Probably the thing is, like, I don't want to get into it too much now, but like, one thing I overthink is just names of channels. What I maybe should have done is made it like a more personal channel on Twitch with like my name or something, so that I could do whatever I wanted on it. Because I've called it gaming, it's like, well, now it has to be gaming. And I don't want to create an FPL channel because I just won't do very many streams over there as it stands right now. Like, I don't really see a good reason to take my streams from YouTube to Twitch. Although what I will say is Twitch does have some pretty cool engagement stuff for viewers. Like, I think it's way ahead of YouTube in that regard. FPL audience is too old for Twitch. Possibly, yeah. Daniel, like, you've done it again, but you've not added a message. If that's what you're trying to do, I'll try and catch your message in stream, but it's pretty difficult. It's pretty difficult. What are your general plans around 29 free hit? Nah, I'm probably going to go in with 9 or 10 players, and that is it. Not free hit, and I'm saving my free hit. I'm basically winging the free hit. I haven't, like... I know I did my chip strategy video the other day and talked about Game Week 33, but I haven't completely ruled out using it in a double game week. Yeah, I haven't completely ruled that out, to be honest. Like, I think, you know, if Villa and Everton suddenly got put in, and I didn't have any players from there apart from Martinez, and maybe I've even sold Martinez at that point, then I would potentially just free hit and get 3 players from each team or 2 from each team, whatever it might be. Depends on the week, right? What other players I don't own. So I haven't completely ruled that out. You can stream on both, yeah, but I think if you want to be like a partner or whatever on Twitch, you're not allowed to then stream elsewhere. It's like a rule. So yeah. You can do polls on to see if people are captured on Twitch. Yeah, and there's predictions as well. Like I could do predictions for my transfers or points and stuff like that. But yeah, I do really like Twitch. Maybe I should have made it a more personal channel. I can always change it, right? I can always change the name down the line. But I've just done all the branding for it. I think it looks pretty cool. Fix says, Henry, how's it going? 39% are inactive. Surely not just 39%, because that means there's like still 4 to 5 million active managers. I can't imagine that's true. Or is that in like, is it 39% in like the top million or something? Because that would make more sense. That's like 400,000. Sean, loving the streams. Thank you very much. Very much. Start Lookman or Dallas? Fulham, I'd probably still start Lookman, even though it's Man City. Bring me out, replacement who's playing 29. Probably Veltman. It depends if you need them before and after. If you do, you can go Villa defender as well. Daniel, there we go. By the way, you definitely don't need to do that much to get a message. The 2 works. Are you Irish, Daniel? Are you Irish? I feel like you're Irish. If you are, put it in the chat, and I'll try and catch it. I feel like you're definitely Irish the way you wrote that. Salah to Bale tonight for Game Week 29, and the rest will roll transfer. Talk to me. I would probably roll it and just see if you feel differently next week. The only reason I'd make that move is if you think Bale is definitely a massively better option than Salah this week. If you don't, roll it for me. And then make it next week. Okay, you might have to pay a bit more, but I just don't see Bale necessarily as a player we're going to hold for the rest of the season. And even if he does go up, you're talking like 0.1, 0.2 maybe. Unless he scores a hat-trick against Arsenal. Kumar, how's it going? Aubameyang for Salah or triple up on Spurs and go Bale? I think I prefer Bale to Aubameyang, but Aubameyang is a nice differential though. Loz, us old farts haven't got Twitch installed. But you don't have to have it installed, right? You just go to the website. I guess you're using the YouTube app, are you? Don't go to the dark side. I've got no plans right now, at least. You never know, though. Maybe I'll do the streams on Twitch and the highlights on YouTube. Colin Flaherty, I'm Irish. Who would have thought, hey? Who would have thought with a name like Colin Flaherty? Flaherty. Does my missus watch my videos? Nah, not really. Which one needs player in? Have the normal 3. Huh? If you have Rafinha bound for Dallas, how are you going to get another one? Maybe Melier or Rodrigo possibly, but he doesn't always get past 60 minutes that often. Harrison is another one. That's the problem with the rest of them. Possibly Rodrigo if you need an attacker, and if you need like a defensive asset, maybe just Melier. But I don't. How are you going to fit in another one? Hoskulder, thank you very much. IWTBF, hold Cancelo and Diaz or one out. I would just hold this week. I think Fulham's a good fixture. Shout out to all the Irish in the chat. Thanks for welcoming me. Yes, that's true. You can get Twitch Prime for free. Yeah, maybe I should get everyone with Twitch Prime. Go and follow me on Twitch or Amazon Prime. To say, were you serious about making your transfers really, Nate? You'll have to wait and see. You have to wait and see. Ryan, I'm Irish, Dublin. I was going to try and do an accent there, but I can't do accents. But he's a dub. He's a dub. You could always stream on Twitch, then upload the stream on YouTube. You can't just fully. I think the rules are something like if you want to put the whole stream on, it has to be 24 hours later, and if you want to do it early, you have to clip it, like put highlights up. Am I going Kane last minute captain? baby. Still De Bruyne vice captain. Still De Bruyne captain for now. I need to cough again. It's bad. It's all this chatting. Oh, I hope I muted the right thing there. Lots of Irish in the chat. But the thing is, just to go back to last week one more time. Oh, sorry, I got like a frog in my throat. So again, just to quickly go back on last week, I didn't make those transfers late. I did it to like fool anyone. I did them late because I wasn't sure. I just wasn't sure on doing the move. That's all there was to it. I didn't realise how late it was until I watched it back. Where are you all at in Ireland? Let's talk Kiwis. I haven't had a Kiwi for a while. FPL is a game. Absolutely, it is a game. That is correct. Well done, Connor. I got Bale, so I have got Bale in fan team, and I got him in the week he played Burnley. So I've had him like 3 weeks now. He is cheap, and yes, I've done my fan team. I did David De Gea to Martinez. De Bruyne and Rudiger in for Stones and Salah. Yeah, again, I don't think you need to make that move this week. Okay, here's a bit of a different question. We still got 45 minutes to the deadline, but we've obviously got through quite a bit already. Bruno or Vardy for captain. I would go Bruno personally. Do I think active Premier League players should be allowed to play FPL? I think they do. Like, they could put rules around it that they can't choose players from their own team, maybe. But other than that, why not? Like, why? Are people really? It's not like they're gambling on it, right? Maybe they are. Yeah, I wouldn't be that much of a. I wouldn't be worried about that much, to be honest. I just let them play it. Thoughts on FIFA staff selling? It's not the stream for that. What I will say on that is people definitely love to go over the top with the drama. Obviously, it's not good, but like people are like, oh, they should give us all one, like as if that's going to happen. Galway, how is it going? Love it in Galway. Galway for the win. If the answer wasn't Galway, it's the wrong answer. Simon, how's it going? I'm free hitting 29, so need a defender for 28 and 30. Already got 2 City, thinking Rudiger, Azpilicueta or Cody. Yeah, Chelsea's a pretty good option. Obviously, they do play Leeds, though, this week, which is maybe not quite as good. For 28 and 30. I mean, Villa defence is still pretty good, right? Even if you don't need them for 29 because of the free hit, they have Newcastle and Fulham, so you could still just go for Villa, to be honest. Depends how long term you need them. Because if you do, then I maybe would just go for Chelsea. 2-hour drive for work. Ouch. Ouch. Why are you going up in price? I answered your question, Daniel. I answered your question. I already answered that when you did it before. You don't have to. You don't have to pay more. You can right. By the way, I don't choose how super chats are set up. YouTube have it set up, right? So if you do less than £2, and it depends what currency you're in, you can. You can't do a message. It has to be £2 or higher. So I read your £5 one. Seems to be more of a lag between chat and the video today. There shouldn't be that much of a lag. Maybe like 20 seconds or something. Daniel, thank you very much. I see you messaging in the chat now. Ha ha. The thing is, you didn't even tell me where you're from, Daniel. Are you from Ireland? Daniel Hall, are you from Ireland? Again, just to reiterate, I would unless I've got 2 free transfers, I wouldn't make that move. Unless you think Bale outscores Salah this week, I would just wait and do it next week. That's it. That's it. That's a different Daniel for sure. I don't think there is lag. Anyway, I appreciate it. Sorry you have to do it more than once. But yeah, I wouldn't do it, I don't think. Maybe there is a bit of lag. It does feel like people are answering stuff I'm talking about way after. But I'm on the same settings as before. I don't think there is any lag or anything, is there? Like, not from my end, anyway. Anyway, yeah, just to reiterate, I wouldn't do that move. Personally, I wouldn't do that move this week. I would think about doing it next week instead if you really want to do it. Unless you think Bale massively outscores Salah, I would probably put it on Salah. Yeah, when I see stuff in the chat, okay, I'm gonna name a player. When I say the player's name, put it in the chat. Are you from Norwich? Thank you very much. It's the way you wrote, tell me now. Tell me now. Hear me now. It sounds very Irish. So the name of the player is going to be Antonio. Right? So when you hear Antonio, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, Antonio. Antonio, let's see. I'm not asking you to put a player in. I'm telling you the player, otherwise this doesn't work. Antonio. Okay, so that was about 20 seconds. That's about right, 20 seconds. Daniel, thank you very much. You're an absolute legend. Thanks for spamming the chat with Antonio. Make sure to keep hitting that like button and that subscribe button. Let's get to 150k by the end of the season. Let's do it. I have triple leads and Kane, 3 hits. I mean, that's only 4 players. You can only get a maximum of like 3 more. So I'd possibly consider a free hit, yeah. Sterling, Kane or Cavalier and captain? Definitely Kane. There's a lot of people in the chat. Would you captain Fernandes or Kane? Kane. Didn't have time to watch the captain's video. Yeah, I would probably captain Kane. Yeah, ahead of Bruno. I need Grealish replacement. I don't care about 29. Why don't you care? You could try Mason Mount. You could try Mason Mount. Good fixtures. How much money do you have to spend on this player? Captain Bruno, Gundogan, Vardy or Kane. Kane. Vardy and Jota for Vidra and Salah. I mean, Vidra is an odd pick. Again, I probably wouldn't do that this week, though. I think I'd just be happy enough with Salah. You've brought in more pay. Good luck. Trossard for 28-29 versus Newcastle. Thoughts on adding a third Brighton player in 29? Yeah, I think defender is a great pick. A lot of people are going to have the Brighton defender, I think, in Game Week 29. Owen Doyle, you've got to be an Irish lad. Love the channel. Keep the good work. Thank you. Bench Rudiger or Bamford? I'd bench Rudiger, I think, and just hope that Bamford wipes the clean sheet. Fozzie, see you later. We have 39 minutes till the deadline. Make sure you are locked in, getting your transfers and stuff in. Mikhail, how's it going? Salah or Kane? Salah or Kane captain? I think Salah, but I don't. If you're on Kane already, just stick with him. Honestly, I don't think there's much in it. DCL to Bamford or Antonio and Stones? Jeez, DCL to Bamford or Antonio and Stones to Dawson and Johnson to Ari. That's such a long-winded question, of transfer strategy. It's very hard to kind of process it again, as I always say. I wouldn't be getting rid of Calvert-Lewin, I don't think. I also don't think you need to get rid of Antonio. And you don't need to get rid of Stones this week either. Say the Queeveen Kelleher is probably quite an Irish name, right? I don't always FPL, but when I do, my body clock awakens me before time due to the deadline. Nightmare if you're on a weird, not a weird time zone, but a different time zone to when FPL is and stuff. Joshua, how's it going? DS Cancelo target Luka Dean and Saka Rafinha bench or play one of the midfielders. I mean, you've got you got pretty good defenders there, aren't you? You could just play the defenders. Yeah, that's a really tough one because I could see clean sheets for all of them. Possibly in that case, I would bench one of the midfielders. If not, I would definitely bench one of probably the Man City boys and spread a bit of risk and just play Saka, possibly. It's very close that, though. Very, very close. Antonio. You're locked in, Corey. Martinez, Cancelo, Luka Dean, Veltman, nice. Dunk. Double Brighton, nice. Gunnar Fernandes, De Bruyne, Vice. Looks good to me. Pretty much locked in, as you said. Carlo of Antonio, thank you very much. Free hit in 29. Lowton and Barnes replacements. Again, like I'm so like honed in on Gameweek 29 being a thing and people not free hitting. I haven't even thought about which players to get for like outside of that. But again, Villa have got good 28 and 30 fixtures and a double to come, so that's quite good. You could look at Traore, Konza potentially, Mount for Barnes. A lot of people are going for that. Grealish replaced the same as before. Same kind of players, right? As I've already spoken about quite a few times. If you need them for 29, obviously your question's a little bit different. It depends how far ahead you're looking. Like if you've got a wild card and stuff like that. But again, Traore if you want to stick with Villa. You've got Rafinha for Leeds if you don't already own him. Mason Mount, I've spoken about quite a few times already. Saka is a bit of a differential. There's loads of different options you could possibly go for. Gundogan will be rested. I'm not so sure about that. George, I have Reguilon, Son, Bale. Wait till game week 33 to get Kane. How are you going to get Kane? Oh, yeah. I mean, you've put yourself in a position. I don't know if it's going to be worth a -4. Maybe if you've got enough players where you can use transfers to switch game week 29 players about, but probably not. As long as you're happy with not captaining Kane in 29, you should be good. God, excuse me. Don't know what is wrong with my voice today. Obviously, Gundogan's an option for everyone who's looking for cheap mids as well. Any decent replacement Stones can't afford to go to Azpilicueta. You got 2 free transfers. Have you not got anyone else you could transfer out? I feel like Stones is fine to keep this week. Otherwise, like West Ham defenders are fairly good long term, but and again, Villa defenders like Target or Konza, someone like that. If you got something else you could do though, like Stones is definitely perfectly fine to hold this week. He'll almost certainly play, you'd think. Surely. 34 minutes of the deadline. Again, don't forget to get those transfers absolutely locked in. Captaincy locked in as well. And all that good stuff. Would I consider Nat Phillips? Maybe if he happens to form a partnership with Kabak, but I just don't see it, right? I just don't see it. Well, it's not necessarily I don't see it, but I think it's Kabak +1, and is it always going to be Nat Phillips? Maybe. I would think about it, but I doubt it's gonna be someone I'm gonna bring in. Shanok. Hopefully I pronounced that even slightly right. Martinez, Dunk, Cancelo, Stones, Lutman, Saka to Son or Bank. Doing Gundogan to Bale for 29. I'd probably just bank it again. I think again, if you've got like your team looks fine. If you've got a good enough team for this week, I think rolling the transfer is perfectly good strategy. And then sure, you might still do Saka to Son next week, but Saka's got a fixture in 29, right? So you don't necessarily need to do it. How about a differential captain? Cancelo might get a clean sheet and a goal assist. Maybe. I just feel like attackers are just much better options at the moment. Like all those times most people captain Salah was in doubles, right? Starting 11. Who do I captain? Again, I've done a whole captaincy video if you want to check that. But Salah, Kane, I would probably go. I'll stick with Salah, but again, Salah, Kane's pretty close. I wouldn't be looking at anyone else from that team. Salah or Kane for me. Bench 1, City defender, Pereira, Dean, Gundogan or Son. That's really tricky. Possibly the City defender. I wouldn't like to bench any of them. You not got anyone else you could bench instead? You must have a fourth defender, right? Gorav, Veltman or Konza with Gameweek 29-30 my potential double for Konza. There you go. You already know the answer. Because the only bad game really for Konza is the one in 29, but outside of that, he's got better fixtures. Oh my God, excuse me. Again, if you're sure about captaining Son, then you could go for it. But again, I would probably just roll it and just keep Salah for this week. You can always do it next week if you still really want to do it. God, my throat is not good today. Done a lot of talking. That's probably why. I was just checking the deadline just to see if I had it exactly right. De Bruyne is for sure captain. For sure, not Luke Shaw. For sure. Will I regret benching Wan-Bissaka again? I'm definitely not moving him to third bench this week like last week. Who would you captain, Bruno or Kane? Kane, yeah, for sure. Am I confident about De Bruyne captain? I'm fairly confident. One of the best players in the league. I'm not expecting 2 goals again or anything like that, but if you get a goal and assist, 3 bonus points, happy days. Can't wait for Werner and Havertz to become legit options, switch up the template properly. There's going to be a bit of a template swing, I think, soon, but it always happens with blanks and doubles. You always get players converge on the same small pool of players. It always happens. Things might change soon. Pro Rocket has gone. I don't know who to bench, Shaw or Watkins. I would always bench the defender in that situation. Go big on Bale or safer with Bruno. Need advice for captain. I mean, it's like you said. I think like Bruno's got penalties. He's pretty much sure to play 90 minutes. I don't think West Ham's necessarily a harder game than Arsenal. For me, I would go Bruno. But if you want to go big, you want to go for that differential. It's worked for a lot of people over the last few weeks. Who knows? Definitely Bale's hardest game since he starting again, I think. Martinez start, Edison on the bench. Should I sell Edison for money? I mean, if you need the money for a transfer this week, otherwise, no, probably not. I mean, at some point, yeah, you could probably do that, but you don't need to do it this week unless you need the money this week, right? Just roll your transfer. Andrew Edwards, how is it going? Thanks for becoming a member on the channel. Do I think there's a strong possibility Kane's minutes will be managed? Only if this knee problem flares up, and there's no guarantee with that. Maybe we should be a little bit worried about it, but I don't. Yeah, I not for me. As in, I'm not worried about it. Sorry. Do. No worries, Ben. Do you think Kane is injured or playing here? I just... I mean, I could be wrong, but it just feels like massive mind games to me, and he'll be playing. I just don't have any doubts about it at all. I mean, I always have some doubts because people keep asking me about it, but... I mean, Kane against Arsenal, he's just going to play, isn't he? He just will. I ignored your question. And now you've asked it in capital letters, so definitely won't ignore it now. Do. Sorry. I got double City defence, Pereira and Luka Dean. Oh, okay, in that case, yeah, I possibly would just bench one of the City defenders then. Jota, Mount, Foden or Saka for Barnes? Jota. I mean, do you need a player for 29? If you do, get Saka. Foden, I still worry about too much. I think Jota after game week 30 is possibly the option, but you could just go for Mount for now. But I don't know. I quite like Jota as a differential if you think he's going to start. That's the main difference. I think everyone expects Mount to start this week, and they're not necessarily sure about Jota, but Jota could be a shrewd differential, honestly. Antonio to Watkins would lead to an additional hit in 29. Probably not. Definitely not. Or Wan-Bissaka to Azpilicueta this week or roll. Definitely roll, I think. Yeah, definitely roll. Play Rafinha or Sofao. Again, Rafinha. Salah, okay. Again, Capsy, like, you got to decide. You have to choose. But I mean, I've said like a million times now I would go Salah ahead of Kane, but there ain't much in it at all. But I think rolling with those transfers, Jonathan, looks best to me. Defender with a chance of clean sheet over Antonio. I'd probably just play Antonio, to be honest. I can see him scoring against us, unfortunately. Start 2 out of Calvert-Lewin, Watkins, Foden and Pereira. Calvert-Lewin and... Thing is, if Foden starts, I definitely want to play him, but I can't be sure. So I'd probably play Calvert-Lewin and Watkins and then not be happy. Because Foden could come on as well. Yeah. If Salah sucks again, will you still not consider getting rid of him? I might get rid of him anyway. I might get rid of him for Bale next week. I haven't completely ruled that out. I might do Salah and Cancelo to Dawson and Bale. It's possible because Bale has a game, then he plays a good game in 30 as long as he stays fit, and then he also maybe have a double game week soon. So I'm not 100% holding on to Salah, but right now I definitely am. That's why I say roll and then figure it out next week. Always put off the decisions if you can. Mendy and Sofao for McCarthy and James. I mean, they sound like pretty good upgrades to me. Don't even know if McCarthy's going to start week to week at the moment. Should I take a punt by captain Luca Dean? Again, it's a punt. You know it. That's what you're asking. I've got Kane in my team. I would always captain Kane over that, I think. Are you already planning on how to build the channel for next season? Kind of, yeah. I think I already do so much stuff. I don't know what more I can really add. Apart from, like, I guess production value and stuff like that is probably the next big thing. I could probably have a bit more going on the streams, I guess. Stone King, Conserburn, have to bench one. Probably Burn out of all those. I mean, definitely Burn, actually. I don't see how less than $1 million are playing. Even now, the highest player transfers out in a week is 600,000 or 700,000. Yeah, possibly then. I don't know. You'd be surprised about how many people will make the same transfer. Also, there's loads of people with multiple teams. Remember that. You demand lower production value. I can make that happen. If there's one thing I can do, it's lower production value. Like, I always think, like, could I add more videos? Can I really add more videos? It's already, like, difficult enough to make sure you're not repeating yourself too much throughout the whole week. So I just don't know if I could do more FPL videos. Not from a not wanting to, but I already have a lot covered, Stones development already have Cancelo. Again, if I had one free transfer, I might do it. If I had 2 free transfers, I might do it. Monksy. If I didn't, I would just hold Stones. Why not? Good chance of a clean sheet this week. I would definitely play Bamford over Souček. Yeah. He's good and still a reliable captain option. I'm not sure he is, to be honest. I think there's plenty of better other options. Upload your videos to Spotify. I upload them to Patreon as podcasts. I don't upload them normally. I just don't know if they necessarily will work properly as podcasts. I don't know if that's something that I want to do yet. So that's why I gave in eventually and put them on Patreon. You all miss the old internet. You bring it back. Hell no. We're never going back to that internet. I was just thinking before I started streaming. I mean, surely everyone must miss me spending half the stream moaning about the internet. Surely. Calvert-Lewin to Watkins, Antonio, or Sterling to Bale. I would do the Sterling move, I think. Well, yeah, I'd probably keep Calvert-Lewin at this point, unless you're going to do it next week anyway. In which case I'd just get rid of Sterling. But you don't necessarily need to do more. Sorry, you don't necessarily need to make either of those transfers. Differential video, yeah, possibly. There's other stuff that can be done. It's just whether it's actually that popular. Some stuff's not as popular as you think it would be. Like differentials, most people just don't care about them, really. I don't think, anyway. Maybe we do it at some point. Yeah, maybe. Where would I fit it in, though? I'm already doing so much. T-shirt, wow, thanks for that. Getting a Villa defender or Everton defender this week. Going to do both by Gameweek 30, so just a question of which one first. Free hitting in 29, so don't necessarily need an Aston Villa. Yeah, fair question. I think... Yeah. I think it depends who you're getting in. Like if it's Luca Dean versus a Villa defender, I'd possibly just get Luca Dean in this week because he's got so much upside. If not, I think I would go Villa just because Newcastle feels like a easier clean sheet than Burnley almost, which I know is crazy to say. So possibly Villa unless you're getting Luca Dean, in which case I would probably just get Luca Dean because with his attacking potential, the upside just feels quite nice. Any thoughts on Clubhouse? It's only iOS, isn't it? So someone give me an invite, but I don't have iOS, so I haven't been on it, so I don't know. Review the FPL teams of your subscribers on stream. Yeah, possibly. I'm not saying there's nothing else I could add. I just don't know whether I need to add more. Like I'm already doing like so much anyway. Tell me who not's captain. I'll do the rest. I wouldn't captain. Out of those, I wouldn't captain Bruno. Just saying. 2 shots in the box over the last 4 matches for Bruno Fernandes. 2 shots in the box. Can he get more against a good West Ham team? I did see FPL Iron's reaction on Champ Manager. That was ridiculous. I loved it. It's so good. I don't have iOS. No, I'm an Android man. Android for life. You can't really tell from the phone, but it's an Android. OnePlus. Oh, excuse me. I get my XG stats from either Fantasy Football Scout or FB Ref. Android is not the dark side. If anything, it's completely not the opposite. Oh my god, is there a bunch of iOS fanboys in the chat? I think it's the 8. The OnePlus 8, maybe. Not necessarily like a massive OnePlus fan. They're just a bit cheaper than like Samsung and that, and just like that. And I don't... What do I do on it? I tweet rubbish. Bit of WhatsApp. As long as it's quick enough, happy days. They just had a 90 rated Cavani to FIFA Ultimate Team. Oh my god. How much is that though? Or how do you get him? Am I doing any watch-alongs this game week? Am I doing any watch-alongs? Possibly. What would I do though? Captain De Bruyne versus Fulham, but that's 8 o'clock on Saturday, so that's out of the question. Palace versus West Brom, hell no. Leeds versus Chelsea, nah. It's not gonna be Man United versus West Ham. I don't know if I will be, to be honest. All the games are over too late, or I'm just not very interested in them. Waz, how's it going? Tuning in last week and felt sorry for you as people were getting on your back at the end. Yeah, it's just the minority, honestly, it is. That's why I didn't keep going on about it. So I just put one message on the YouTube video, I put a few tweets out, and then I just left it. Because it was just the minority of idiots that can't make a decision on their own. It's not even that. It's not even making a decision on your own. It's just not being able to make it until I make it. It's a bit it's just a bit crazy. Obviously, it's fine to ask questions. I ask questions all the time about my own team or certain players, get advice from other people, or at least on like, is this player nailed or whatever. Like it's fine. Of course, it's fine to do that, but not being able to confirm your decision because I've made a different one. That's a little bit weird, I think, but that's just me. Anyway, it's not like I've never made late transfers before, but I don't want to keep going on about it. All right, cheers, Waz. Appreciate it. Like you said, it's the minority for sure. Any more watch alongside? That's a much better name for it. Any more watch alongside instead of watch alongs. I like it. Matt, thank you. Senor Sarcasm. Stones and Bruno to Rudiger and De Bruyne for free. Again, can you not do Bruno to De Bruyne? Do you need the money? Again, unless you're captain De Bruyne, I wouldn't do that this week. I'd probably just hold. You got 2 free transfers though. Maybe if it works. $1 million a month and you have an Android. Hell yeah. Don't want all that iOS rubbish. Because the thing is, I feel like if you buy into Apple, you should buy all Apple stuff, so the whole ecosystem works together. I've had an iPad for like 5, 6, 7 years now, and I don't use it anymore. I don't have an iPhone. I don't have a Mac. I don't have earpods or whatever they're called, AirPods. Double up Contra Martinez or Edison, Kabak or Ward-Prowse. Kabak or Ward-Prowse? What? I would play Martinez ahead of Edison, I think, yeah. I don't get the other question. Kabak or Ward-Prowse. Is that who to play? If so, I would play Ward-Prowse. What's the strangest thing you've noticed about the Irish as an Englishman living here? Be nice. The strangest thing? Don't know, really. Not sure. I'd have to think about that. Am I drunk? Hell no. What about security? You want that? Sure. No, of course I don't have a Mac. I want stuff that works. I want to play games and stuff like that. Oz, how's it going? Love your work. Bench which two of Rafinha, Bamford and Luca Dean? Probably Luca Dean and Rafinha, but again, I wouldn't be happy about benching Luca Dean. You must have a pretty damn good defence, right? Is De Bruyne captain and Kane vice captain risky? No, I don't think so. Wow, as you probably covered already, but really feeling Salah captain as he's playing Monday. Don't let the fact he's playing Monday shroud your judgment. Have Kane and Bruno talk me out of it. No, I think Salah without even the Monday thing is a good captain. But at least, yeah, I mean, imagine if you got through to Sunday with a green arrow and then you've got Salah captain just ready to come to get that green arrow even bigger. Could work out, but I think Salah's a good captain on his own. So forget the Monday thing for a second. What music am I listening to? I'm listening to It's the End of the World as You Know It, R.E.M. on I've got actually an 80s playlist on. It's going well. Play Shaw or so far. I'd probably play Luke Shaw. What's the crack? Yeah, true. I don't know if that's strange though. Like, I don't say hello. I always just say all right. That's how we used to talk where I was from. You say all right. They say you all right. Yeah, I'm all right. That's it. It's just all right. All right. A Reddit post by Ragabolly, live FPL legend Ragabolly. Go and check out livefpl.net if you haven't already. It's an amazing site. Said he estimates 20% of teams are active in the last few months of the season, so 1.5 to 2 million. No, yeah, it'd be about 1.6 million then, wouldn't it? So yeah, 1.5 to 2 million. Yeah, fair enough. It's quite a lot then, I think. I haven't had the vaccine yet, no. But obviously I will when I can. Should I play Shaw? I did that one. I'm tempted to captain on Foden. I'm between Kane and Foden. Pick one for me. I mean, again, always the same. Foden, will he definitely start? Who knows? If he does, he'll get points. Kane is definitely safe, and that's where I would go. I think it's time to reveal the actual team for the week as planned 10 minutes before the deadline. Well, it's actually 13 minutes still to go, so you'll get it in about 14 minutes. What's the reason for Antonio over Rafinha? I'm trying to make that same decision. I just think West Ham are playing an easier defence. I don't think that Man United is like super easy or anything like that, but it's easier than Chelsea probably. So maybe I'm splitting the risk a bit because I've got Bamford, but I think ultimately it's just because he's playing Man United rather than playing against Chelsea, basically. Possibly I could play Rafinha instead, but I'm a big fan of Antonio. Big fan. Salah, Gundogan or Diaz captain. Which City player vice? I mean, I would definitely captain Salah ahead of those two City players. Vice captain, probably Gundogan. Wait to bring in Bale next week or bring him in now for Salah. Yeah, still the same. I'd still hold Salah for now. Is De Bruyne Kane a better option than Salah? De Bruyne Kane. I mean, they play in different positions, right? I mean, Kane's a better option than Bale, if that's the question. Would you start Shaw or Target? Villa defenders. You've got to have a pretty good like defense to be benching a Villa defender this week. I think against Newcastle. It's about as good as it gets, right? After all this, Newcastle will score in the first minute. Last question for you, Dunk or Veltman? Yeah, Mark, I honestly, if you haven't got a wild card, even if you do, I'd probably still pick Veltman. You just save the money. You just don't then need on your bench. Like Dunk's 0.6 million more. It's quite a lot, you know? And I don't know if he offers that much extra goal threat, right? Like, if I look over the last 6 games on Scout, Dunk, Veltman, we'll add in White as well. I mean, obviously, last 6 is a small sample, but shots in the box, 8 for Veltman, 5 for Burn, 5 for Dunk, right? 2 for Ben White. So Ben White is the least attacking of all of them by quite a way. Honestly, I would go Veltman. Yeah, I'd even go Veltman regardless of the money, to be honest. A little bit more of a differential, maybe. Obviously, Dunk could pop up with a goal and it'll be unlucky. But right now, you've got chances being created by Veltman as well as shots. More shots than the rest. That's where I would go, I think. Yeah, Daniel, thank you very much. Bench Wan-Bissaka or Soyuncu? I mean, definitely Wan-Bissaka. Definitely. What's this week's controversy? The spoon fit. Who knows? Who knows if I change my captain? Maybe. I've got... What the hell? Hang on a minute. Why is this not moving? When I... Hang on, that's weird. That's this one. Ah, okay. I don't know why it wasn't moving before. Yeah, look, this is the team. Points, pick team. Very weird. Maybe there's something funky going on. You got hacked? I hope not. I really hope not. What price would you sell your FPL team for right now? Take into account your earnings and stuff. Just curious. I don't know. If someone wants to give me $1 million, they can have my FPL account. Excited for your deadline pick too, Gus. Thank you very much. E-Kiddo, thank you very much as well. I don't know. Why would I sell my account? Give me $1 million, I'll sell my account. Salah, Bruno, or Kane captain? Sorry, bet you've answered. Yeah, I've answered loads. Again, I would go right now. I would probably go Salah, but Kane is a nice option. Bruno would be my last choice out of them. Start Rudiger or Shaw. Probably Rudiger. I don't know. Chelsea defense is better, but I feel like Leeds attack is better than West Ham. I probably would start Rudiger, I think. Am I going to wildcard 31? No, I've used my wildcard in game week 18. How am I benching Wan-Bissaka again this week? I know, crazy decision, eh? Maybe I should be playing him. Differential captain, Calvert-Lewin, Bale or Son? I'd probably go Bale. I'm benching Wan-Bissaka because I think between him and Burn, it's quite close. I think Burn's more attacking, that's it. Danny Ings is still out. I'm just hoping that Southampton don't do one over on Brighton and that Brighton keep the clean sheet. Who knows? Would I be completely surprised if Brighton concede? No, but I've got hang on a second. I've got Antonio as well, so when it's close I'm gonna back the attacker. I could be wrong, right? I'm the EA employee selling icons. If only, eh? If only. I only had the ability to create some players, I think. Not icons, though. Can't really remember, to be honest. This is my team. Don't stop believing, Zom. Why are people talking about wildcard in 30 and not 31? Because if you've got a good team for 29, you pretty much have a good team for 30. Like if you've got triple Spurs, they play Newcastle in 30. Leeds play Sheffield United at home. You've mostly, and obviously some people will still have Man City players left over. You could play them as well. There's just probably not a massive need to do the transfer that week. That's all. Do 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 do. We're 7 minutes from the deadline. 7 minutes. Wow, loads of questions just came in. Wan-Bissaka or Lookman first. So I would put the attacker there. Jeez, did I miss loads? Play regular on Bamford. Veltman on me. Veltman. Oh, for this game, yeah, Veltman still. Captain Salah or Sterling. Salah. Martinez or Edison. Martinez. Captain Gundogan. Salah. Bruno or Watkins. Salah. Boom. Easy as that. Easy as that. If FPL introduced a third wildcard for a £10 fee, would it work? Well, first of all, I would definitely pay it, but it would make the game rubbish, so no, I wouldn't be happy about that at all. Should not be adding... No need to be adding paid elements, you know. Goes on and on and on and on. Pranay, Martinez... Should I bench boost? I'll let you pick the best 11. I'm not going to go through the whole team and pick the 11 for you. Like, if you've got, like, again with these questions, you're not like what you don't need to send me the whole team. Like Kane, you've got him captain. You're not going to bench him, are you? So he's not really included. Should you bench boost though? McCarthy may or may not play. Antonio, Bamford, Burn. Possibly. I would go onto livefpl.net, go onto the transfer planner, and see if you've got a better bench in the weeks to come. If you've not got a wild card, it's probably not the worst bench, but I think Bamford and Antonio got tricky fixtures. I probably wouldn't do it. Are you playing 4-5-1? I mean, personally, I would play one of those attackers, Antonio or Bamford, ahead of Rudiger or Shaw for me. Arman, thank you very much. Snowy, thank you very much. Street lights. Grealish news. Is he on the mend or are you not sure? Is he on the mend or are you not sure? Very nice. Not sure. You're making me want to watch The Sopranos. Why? Does that have Journey in it? I've never seen it, to be honest. I know I probably should, but I haven't. There we go. Making sure we're locked in. Best time to use triple captain through in the season. I would probably wait now until Kane doubles again, personally. Which he will at some point, as long as he's not injured. If he's injured, then, well, that sucks, but... Let's wait and see. You can always use it. You can always use it in a single game week if you absolutely have to. You know. Okay, we've only got 4 minutes to the deadline. Do not forget to get everything locked in. £1,000 for me to play your first wildcard. My choice and it would be decent. I'm 50k. So you're going to give me No, I would just play my own wildcard, not take the money. I know I've got to see The Sopranos. It feels like it's just so late now. So late. Daniel, how's it going? I got 101 last week. Damn, very nice. No Man United, Southampton, Liverpool. Love it. Need some advice on captain this week between Bale, Son, Kane. Well, again, I've got most of those players apart from Bale, and I'm going to Borina, and then Kane would be my second choice. I don't see any problem if you want to go for Kane. Fair enough, but. I personally am going for Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne. Oh no! I think he's got what's his name on now? Lionel Richie. Shame you can't hear it. It's never too late to watch it. I might do it. It's Martinez, not Martinez. I know. I've got to retrain myself on it. It's difficult once you've been saying a name for so long. Martinez. I got Martinez and go. I'm probably going to sell Martinez soon. Mendy or Martinez? Ben White or Rafinha? I mean, there's no contest there for me. No contest. And it's not Ben White. It's not Ben White. Do I get an Amad Diallo? Probably wait a little bit for him, I would say. All night long. 2 minutes into the deadline. Do not forget to get your transfers locked in. And captaincy. Wan-Bissaka and Burn. I think most people will play Wan-Bissaka, but I'm going to go down Burn. Wouldn't it be amazing if he got like a 15-pointer or something? I got to be honest, I'm not happy with my defence this week. I think a lot of people have got double Villa. You know, Luca Dean, Ricardo Pereira still out there from wildcard, so I could be hurt, I think, with my defence this week. I'm really hoping a lot. I'm relying a lot on Kevin De Bruyne again, I think. Like Rudiger, Burn, Wan-Bissaka, Dallas, I'm just not sure there's too many clean sheets there at all. Doodle-doo. Doodle-doo. How many minutes left? Just over 1 minute left. Do not miss it. I'm going to put the Power of Love on from Back to the Future. Captain Salah, Goodman, Kane, Salah, sorry. 1 minute warning, says Adam. Do. Rafinha or Benoit, I've already said. Can you speed up your answers, please? Can I speed up my answers? Can I speed up my answers? Especially when there's only, 30 seconds left? Could I speed them up? I mean, I could speed them up. Would that be good, though? Don't know. Nah, I'm not gonna. Are we locked in? Are we actually locked in, though? Like, actually locked in? No, we're not locked in yet. We're not locked in. Not feeling confident. Yeah, I'm not feeling confident with the old defence. That's the problem. Adam says we're locked in. Has he checked? Oh, dear. I could slow down my answers. Right. After last week, I know people are going to be frustrated, but I'm only 95 points off the number one place. I'm only 95 points off, and I need to try and make some ground. So De Bruyne captain, I'm not sure if that's the one. Why is someone pretending to be me? We are locked in. You got double Arsenal, pray for me. Why am I so rude? Pranked. Look at those eyes. Who's rude? Who's being rude? Am I rude? Why is it okay to ask like a rude question, but I'm not allowed to give a rude answer? Larry Fisher, you're so annoying, man. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Why are you watching? Murty Rabbits. Have I been there before? Maybe. I haven't captained Kane. It's De Bruyne. Thought I'd wind up all the idiots from last week, that's all. It's still De Bruyne. All I did was click captain on Kane on another screen. I didn't save it, and I just put the screen over to the other side. That's all. Is Salah a better choice than Kane this week? I think so, yeah. I haven't done that. It's De Bruyne. You know why? Because I just make my decisions as always. Sometimes I just make them late. Jesus Christ. Okay. On that note, thanks for watching. I can't wait for De Bruyne captain. Hopefully he's fine. We'll leave it there. Make sure to hit a like if you enjoyed it. If you didn't, fair enough. I'm sure there's a few people that haven't now. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We'll try and push 150k. Come on, it's a little bit funny. Like, why would it matter? Why would it matter that it's gone now? Chaz, thank you very much. Is Salah a better captain choice? Yeah, I've already answered that one, haven't I? DLDS, thank you very much. Glad you're enjoying it. But if De Bruyne is injured, I'll get Salah vice captain, or do I get Kane vice captain? Who knows? Maybe I change that. And look, if Kane scores a hat trick or whatever, I wasn't ever captain him anyway. Anyway, I think we'll. I think I'll leave it on that. Have a beer, Victor. Thank you very much. We'll leave it on that note. I'll be back on Sunday. Will I be back on Sunday? Look, because I can still move this because I haven't. It's not been confirmed yet. Yeah, definitely on Sunday after the Man United game because there's only one more game left on the Monday. So I'll be back on Sunday evening at 9:15. Thank you for watching. I'm glad you all enjoyed it. I'm glad I'm glad most of you enjoyed it. Yeah, enjoy the weekend. Hopefully it gets off with a Villa clean sheet tonight. And then yeah, we'll go for there. Kane could bang. Kane's a great captain choice this week, absolutely. And it could do really well for you. I'm just hoping that De Bruyne differential will be good. Anyway, I'm off. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you soon. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you again on Sunday.